Historically, it's been like a very long relay race. One person, one team doing their thing for some fixed period of time and then be done. And now it's much more like folks in an Olympic rowing competition. We're all in the boat together. We're all doing simultaneous work for shorter periods of time, and then we start another short race.
Agile is a methodology that takes a large system and breaks it into manageable subcomponents.
The biggest value you get out of Agile development is the flexibility and the accuracy with which you can arrive at a release date or a milestone confidently with minimal risk.
Approximately 75% of customers are starting to adopt some form of Agile or iterative methodology.
Top-down adoption tends to be driven by a senior manager, tends to be driven by a business need, a serious business catalyst has happened to the organization. Bottom-up adoption tends to be driven more by developers going on some training classes, reading books, and desiring to do Agile.
The cool thing about Agile is that it can keep up with changing requirements.
Agile is all about flexibility of the way that you are managing things, is the ability to provide fast feedback.
More and more we see customers adopting Agile methodologies, and each of them are asking us how we can move testing forward in the process in an efficient manner as well as a cost-effective manner.
The most common challenges we see customers facing are prioritization and planning, control and visibility, and collaboration amongst stakeholders.
So the R&D needs to work differently. We needed to create some kind of virtual teams that will include R&D people, QA people, and functional people.
In order to avoid the pitfalls in an Agile environment, make sure the documentation is crisp and succinct.
People assume that if you have it, you don't have to do testing. That is not true. You still have to do testing. You just do it on smaller components that eventually add up to the entire system.
Performance testing just can't happen early enough with an Agile process. And so the biggest challenge is how can I test an application that doesn't have a GUI or is not finished being built yet.
Incorporating security into every sprint is a great way to get security as cheaply as possible. It's less effort to do it that way.
Accelerators are basically a prepackaged box that includes requirements, it includes data, it includes test scripts and scenarios with some expected results, all pre-configured, all prepackaged.
Developers have the tools they need, the same tools they've been using. But we're bringing Agile to the rest of that team, to the business analysts, to the quality team, to the performance testers, to the security folks.
It really is about empowering people to solve problems and become better at doing the job that they do. Management can get involved by both driving bottom-up approaches and top-down approaches by investing in their people, training, coaching, and the tools that support that.
A COE model is a perfect complement. It's the perfect marriage with Agile. Projects and applications are getting more and more complex. So bringing in the most expert people that you can at exactly the right time, the best performance tester, the best security testing folk, that hit the ground running, that participate perfectly as part of that well-oiled machine is the recipe for success with Agile.
HP's application security tools offer a very fast time-to-market solution, which is important for Agile because you're trying to move rapidly in sprints. They're also very scalable, in particular the SaaS versions of WebInspect and AMP offer something that deploys quickly and scales up.
Everybody's in the boat together, rowing at the same time. It's no longer a relay race with a handoff that one person to the next.
Testing can accelerate and improve the quality of every release you do with every sprint, and performance is an integral part of that.
Make security a part of your everyday sprint activities.
So I think both on quality perspective and functionality perspective, we are getting a better product.
To harness the power of Agile, I would say keep it simple.
To truly harness the power of Agile, you need to communicate and collaborate.
Everybody plays or nobody plays.